Bless up, people. Yeah, man. What a piece of pandemonium in the PNP camp. Yes, Dr. Langmore. So, Fire Langmore, literally, tell the Jamaican people what we all been thinking of, what we all been saying all along in relation to Mr. Mark Golding mental faculty. Like literally the things that he says and do. It's the things that he says and do, people. Like it is awestruck, it's overwhelming, it is very quixotic, foolishly impractical. And I am happy that someone have the balls, where a lady actually have the balls to say it as it is. And sometimes we have to wonder why it has to take like a lady. Why a man couldn't literally come up and say, yo, watch ya, Mark, you have to go check out yourself, brother. Because most of the things we are talking are rational. Why couldn't it be a man? Why it has to take a lady? Huh? But anyhow, people, listen this.
I talk about the mockery that was made. I'm not here to say that look at the fact this is not a color, skin color thing. No.
Exactly, not a skin color thing that they're trying to misconstrue the people.
But Mr. President, for me, it is the decision-making process of someone who is seeking the leadership of this country.
So true. So true.
My son is there. And when I was preparing the slide, I did not want him to see this because I introduced it to him. I introduced it to him in the right way because in my mind, the leader of the longest black democracy in Jamaica, in the world, should not have the possibility of that image being found.
So true. So true. The image with big stone with the chain. This piece, I don't want to get copyrighted still. But I'm just show you what you're talking about. It causes me
to question his capacity to make decisions as a leader.
Every Jamaican should. Every Jamaican should.
Skin color.
And it's not skin color like how they are trying to make it out to be. It's not about skin color.
No. This is the image that is embedded, that is there now.
I will please for I can see this image.
Every generation.
Can you imagine Dr. Umar Johnson?
This now, we are going fully into being a republic. And this would be, this or the possibility thereof. And this would be the image that we would have of our Prime Minister?
Hell no.
No, Mr. No,
a man who is reenacting slavery.
I'm arguing, Mr. Senator Brown.
Reenacting slavery, people.
The decision-making capacity of someone who already is established to have possible dual allegiancy, who is not clearly committed to Jamaica.
So true.
Mr. President, in knowing ourselves, we must know who we have at the helm of leadership.
So
and
true.
I want each and every one of you over there to look at that. And without any form of explanation, relate to your children that is your leader.
Man, no, we are not in slavery.
What is wrong with it? Well, Floyd, I understand because you can't see it.
Floyd, that little magic.
And so, Mr. President.
This is about this coming.
And so, Mr. President. And so, Mr. President. And so, Mr. President. I have incited a response because I am hitting truth. I am hitting truth. I am not arguing about that. My argument is the decision to have been caught in such a compromising position. To say, I talk about the mockery.
All right, peeps. Let's talk about it. Because the thing is, Dr. Langmore is basically outlining the obvious, as it relates to the man mental faculty. And there you have this senator guy talking about Miss Langmore is racist. There's nothing has to do with race. How that apply in terms like the category of race? It's how the man is making decision and how the man is talking. You never check out Mark Golding Patwa? Like literally, like, yo, like even Brad Pitt, you know the Jamaican movie, when my child play a Jamaican, have a better accent than him. You know, he's just he's just a big pretender. I'm not bashing him or anything, but I believe so you're supposed to be real when it comes on to the people. If I just standard English, you know, if you talk, brother, present it, we understand. Now try if you relate. Don't try to relate to the Jamaican culture considering it. But now I can say it's not a part, but don't try to relate to the Jamaican culture by coming on with a little bogus accent. And also, the man lied to his face so many times. Remember, say, my talk say, you know, my child relate female ancestor with our ancestry, you know. Remember, man, I talk about our ancestor didn't came here as free people and all sort of thing. I mean, come on, Mark. Here is a full-blown white man, and based on history, studies show that, you know, some farm a year progenitor has slave owner, was involved with slavery. Yes, Mr. Mark Golding. So when you see persons that come out, if you just, you know, blow those things and try to be more practical with the people, them and try not to, I try to be put on these facades, I try to relate. Talk to them in terms of policy, because that is what the Jamaican people them want to hear about. What policy do you have to propel or take Jamaica from this state that it is now to a next state? And this is what you feel to basically bring across to the Jamaican populace. Only trying to bring down Dr. Andrew Holness. Only that is your agenda. That is your main aim. Try to mud up the man name. And the thing is, it is not working anymore because the majority of the Jamaican populace are seeing it for what it is. You know, just a witch hunt. And based upon what I am seeing, my observation, forgive me if I'm wrong, but there are surrogates in the Jamaican society that is on this side and Mark Golding's side of trying to bring down the Prime Minister because there are so many issues. There are so many issues that is taking place, especially like, you know, the whole fiasco with the SAMC peeps. And, you know, you have civic group, lobby groups, they're less vocal. Some even want to talk less if, you know, persons if you call them out. If you call them out on certain things, that are the civic groups in Jamaica. And when them come, them, you know, it not even makes sense when them literally talk about matters in relation to the issues that is on the PNP side, but make it be for the labor rights side. Remember with the whole statutory declaration, them keepers conference, then go up on TVJ, you know, them attack this and attack that about the Prime Minister. And the thing is, there's nothing in the Prime Minister statutory declaration that said that the man has found it for illicit enrichment. There's nothing. And they have misconstrued that facts and they bring it across the whole of Jamaica, and then a lot of Jamaicans are saying that the man was charged for illicit enrichment. To make things clear, people, there's no thing in that statutory declaration that stated that Andrew Michael Holness was charged for illicit enrichment. And the main reason why he basically go to the court is to defend his democratic rights. Remember that he's a prime minister and he is a Jamaican citizen, and his democratic right should be upheld just like me and you. If he realize that certain things not right in relation to what is taking place, he have all right to defend it. He have all right to defend it, people. He have all right to defend it. But because I'm trying to misconstrue things and not try to make it look bad for the Prime Minister, for basically try to get a judicial review. And for one reason why it is important, because it makes things more expedient. And that them do not like, because they want to use this statutory declaration as a political football to bring across to the Jamaican population. So the Prime Minister does not, statutory declaration not certify the Prime Minister is whatever and whatever what them try to call it and stuff there. So by him taking the route of the judicial review throughout the court system, it is more expedient It is more expedient. Remember to tap the screen, guys, and share the live too. You know? Yes, peeps. So, in relation to Mark being such quixotic, so foolishly impractical, and all of the things that he's saying and he's doing, this guy is just like an apathic guy, like emotionless, literally emotionless. They have nothing as it relates to sympathy and empathize. Look at what he did to Mr. Lawrence Rowe. I heard that man build a constituency and put in him time and effort, him creates charity. And him thinks and safe, him thinks him was the one that's gonna be vying for that seat in the upcoming general election. Turns out it's not so. And I understand the frustration, and regardless and the things that he's doing now, you have to understand it. Because he was wrong, he was robbed. And also he was emasculated based on all of the things that they are saying. I mean, you present a man to the constituency of Central Kingston, and you're saying he's a real man. Welcome a real man. So what happened to Mr. Lawrence Rowe? He wasn't a real man. You see the mindset of this man. That's why Miss Langmore has to be questioning his mental faculty. Have to be questioning it, because there's no way you should be presenting a next candidate and you try to emasculate, disregard the next man based on some, misunderstanding or some, discourse. This should not be happening. This is not the trait of a leader. This is not the trait of a leader, peeps. Yeah. It's totally crazy. So I understand what Miss Langmore, which is a certified psychiatrist, is saying. She have a right to say it, and that is what a lot of Jamaica has been saying. That man, move rational at all. Our movement is so apathetic. He no move with sympathy, I no move with empathy towards persons. Just check how him even him interact with persons and stuff. They see no genuinity in it, like the genuine love or the genuine regards for that person, see it. You just not see it. I'm sorry, I can't see it. Probably call me an old dirty labor, right? Just like what them call, but I just can't see it. You see him amongst children. A lot of videos and pictures are on the internet. You just see him to himself and stuff like him socially awkward. Like the whole in relation to empathy and sympathy amongst persons, amongst him interacting with persons, it's just not there. And that's the facts, person. That's the fact. That's the fact. And according to this video, I'm gonna just show you. Was made? Some of the comments are very interested. Like this one, which is saying, so on word Senator and Mr. Floyd Morris blind. He said nothing is wrong. No, sir. The irony. Yes. And you can have person defending the whole craziness like this one. He said Mr. Edward Seaga has dual citizenship. He was Prime Minister of Jamaica. And these are the lies, people. These are the lies that we need to debunk and get rid of before it starts to, become spreading like wildfire, just like the $3 trillion that them claim is missing. Jamaica, Edward Seaga was not a dual citizenship owner. In fact, before he joined politics, the man gave up his US citizenship because he said it cannot be divided. If a Jamaica, he might give Jamaica his undivided love and attention. And if one thing, me a young boy still, me only did see Seaga from the late 90s and early 2000s. But if a one thing me know about Mr. Edward Seaga, him know to relate to the people. Him know how to relate to the people. Him can sympathize with the people. Him can empathize with the people them. This is what Mr. Mark Golding is lacking, because I'm like to relate Mr. Seaga with Mark Golding. Because them say Mr. Seaga and Mark Golding is what? Which is it is wrong based on Edward Seaga generic heritage. Him kind of mix with a lot of things, white, Indian, and also black. You can go check it up. Don't take my words for it. So yes, Edward Seaga gave up his dual citizenship because he said fame, attention, and undivided love is for the people of Jamaica. And based on my understanding, based on knowledge, they said that Seaga really died a poor man because he gave it all and give him all to the people of Jamaica. And yes, I believe that man is a true progenitor, a true father of the nation. He has done so much things to this country. He has contributed so much things to the development of this country. You know, one of the greatest finance minister, one of the greatest political mind to ever come to Jamaica and present, you know, Jamaica to the world. It's just sad because of, you know, the whole propaganda and the misconstrue of information. Yeah, Seaga got voted out, and I believe that was the worst thing that could happen. Because even some elder, when the reason with them call it, them brand it a cardinal sin, based on what was taking place in Jamaica in the 70s. You know, and him got the country back in the 80s and him bring it back. He was bringing it back and him put everything back in perspective. Give me a moment, peeps. Yes, peeps, Mr. Seaga put everything back in perspective to ensure so the country fall back in place. That is when he got voted out. A cardinal sin. That is what a lot of elders said when he got voted out. It was like a sad day for Jamaica. And the evidence is there because you see from the 90s, what took place in the 90s was the worst catastrophe ever. Worst catastrophe ever. Because based on my understanding, peeps, because I do a lot of reading, and they was talking about the economic conditions in the 90s for Jamaica, and them call it something that, you know, we did not have a war, and we did not have a famine, sorry. So how the hell did Jamaica become what it was in the 90s and early 2000s? I mean, them said the collapse was like the third financial collapse in history. I think an Asian country and also Argentina and was ahead of us in relation to the catastrophe. I mean, it took out what? 30% of the country's GDP, 40,000 jobs was literally wiped out. Financial sector literally, you know, got wiped out. Howdy, Miss Erica Bennett. Blessed. Welcome. Welcome, my friend. You know, just give us subscribe. You know, anything you want, just comment. You know, so we're there. You know, love your cap. Yes, man. You know, so I Phoenix King. We're there on TikTok too, so you can go research that. Same thing, Phoenix King. Yes, peeps. So I don't like it when them try to relate Mr. Edward Seaga to Mr. Mark Golding. Edward Seaga is a nation builder. Mark Golding is a capitalist. He's a banker. He's a damn banker. He basically capitalized on opportunity. And based on how he's doing, that's what he's doing basically right now. You know, because in relation to certain activities with his business, proven financial limited, yeah, a lot of shareholders are pulling themselves away from that company. And as a result, hello, General. As a result, their profit is decreasing exponentially. I think it's like 63% loss. So yes, they're in trouble. They're in trouble. Literally, they're in trouble, peeps. So that's why you see them come with such hostility and desperation. I tell lie and I promise people money according to Mr. Rowe. And also I promise person Senate seat, you know, and a board and a space on the whole NH3 board. I read Big Pharma. Okay. I will believe I will give you a subscribe. Trust me. Yes, peeps. So, yes, Jamaica, we have to be tactful. We have to be practical in terms of, you know, deciding the election result. We can't make this man come with the opportunist lifestyle and get in our head. You know, this discombobulated mindset just to get personal gain so him can save his backside. Because Mr. Proven financially literally a collapse. Them have so much shareholders pulling themselves away from them and stuff. And I think I just listen, I just a calamity, I just karma based on what was done in the 90s and the sweetheart deals that they got according to Greg Christie. It's in the paper, you can research that. Yes, I just a sin now. So please don't make evil rise. Because based on what they did to the populace, it was the greatest evil ever happened to Jamaica. Even Ronnie Tweed said, people said that it was the greatest transfer of wealth from the poor to the rich. And he's a PNP, a very prestigious member in the PNP party. He said that. I mean, at some point you have to be true to yourself. And he said that. And the initiative as it related to the FinSac, he said he was the mastermind behind it. I didn't know that initiative. He got benefited, exponentially. Literally, he got so much benefit from that initiative. The whole high interest rate policy. Because according to Greg Christie, he got all the sweetheart deals. When financial sector in Jamaica was collapsing, drastically, their company was heightened, was building up. Just check the net rate from when them started, the net rate to which them did sell off it. It's a surprise for the people. Yes. So when this comment, back to this comment, you're stating that, Edward Seaga, sorry about that. Edward Seaga has dual citizenship. Whenever you see them come with these lies, just tell them, say the Phoenix King said nothing that goes so. And you can research it. I mean, Mr. Seaga even talk about it. And then can't serve two masters. His master is Jamaica. Yes, peeps. So, the persons are questioning Mr. Mark Golding capacity, his mental faculty to make decision, well-sound decision that is for Jamaica, for the betterment of Jamaica. And a lot of persons are also questioning it also. Lots of persons, so many persons are questioning it. So, yeah. Yes, people. This is it for now. Thanks all for joining. And God bless. Until next time.